Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Federal Ministers, Field Marshal Sayyid Asim Munir, Chief of the Army Staff, Commandant, Command and Staff College, Major General Naseem Anwar, General Officers, Faculty and course participants, Pakistan, the vanguard of our defense and the custodians of our sovereignty. Your esteemed institution reflects the essence of our armed forces, where discipline is fused with intellect and courage is molded into leadership. Pakistan owes its peace to you and offers you its deepest gratitude. I also extend a special welcome to our guest officers from brotherly and friendly countries, and I would like to say a sentence. Akhwan al-Kareem min al-Iblad al-Islamiyya taban min al-Mamlakat al-Saadia wa Iraq ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaba bikum. Antum ضيوف لكن إخوان شقيق. Alhamdulillah. Your presence here is a reflection of the excellent ties that we are privileged to enjoy with our friendly countries. Let me commend the Commandant of this great seat of learning for maintaining the highest standard of training and extend my heartiest congratulations to the course participants for the successful completion of your training. Ladies and gentlemen, today the threats we face are no longer limited to conventional battlefields. They are multifaceted, ranging from kinetic warfare to cyber attacks, economic coercion, to disinformation campaigns and hybrid threats that challenge both our borders and our ideological frontiers. The recent Indian aggression against Pakistan, violating our territorial integrity and targeting our innocent civilians, was not merely countered successfully, but instead we succeeded in turning the tables on those who are dreaming of establishing a new norm. On the diplomatic front, our offer of a neutral, independent, and credible investigation into the so-called Pahalgam terrorist incident was brushed aside by India, that knew full and fully well that such an investigation would only uncover the ugly truth. With its false allegations exposed, India resorted to unleashing its missiles against Pakistan on 6th of May. Our response, both on the ground and in the air, left India completely baffled and shell-shocked, particularly after its Air Force lost several of their highly prized aircrafts and missile defense system. The Indian leaders had no option but to concoct patently false explanation for their losses. India tried sneaking in once again in the wee hours of 10th May, but their frustration was obvious, loud and clear. That very early morning, I received a call from Field Marshal Sayyid Asim Munir. He sounded calm, poised, yet confident and fully prepared. Throughout this crisis, his bold, courageous, fearless, and inspiring leadership stirred the armed forces and galvanized them as a wall of steel. Surely he has entirely earned the rare title of Field Marshal. Our counter-strike Operation Bunyanum Marsus destroyed the enemy's defenses and shattered the myth of their military might. I must also acknowledge the heroics of our Air Force, led by Air Chief Marshal Zahir Ahmed Babar, who displayed exemplary professionalism in downing enemy jets with precision and accuracy. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan accepted the ceasefire offer brokered by the United States and other brotherly and friendly countries in the interest of peace, progress, and prosperity in South Asia. More importantly, India's much wanted claim that they would establish a new norm was buried for all times to come by our brave armed forces. On top of it, these claims were ridiculed by the Indians themselves. In fact, Pakistan had given India a bloody nose as it suffered a serious setback in both warfare and finest diplomacy. The unprecedented synergy of our armed forces, the civilian leadership, and the indomitable spirit of our people, steeled by our faith in the infinite mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, granted us a glorious victory that will echo through the annals of history. In fact, it is Pakistan that has established a new norm in its relations with India. Henceforth, we shall not allow her to behave in an arrogant and haughty manner ever again, inshallah. And if and when it does so, we will respond with full force. Nor will we ever allow India to weaponize water by holding the Indus Water Treaty in abeyance. This is an absolute red line for us. I must mention, and without mincing words, that while we have succeeded on the military front, Pakistan continues to face major challenges in the fields of economy and governance as well. Let me recall back in April 2022, when I assumed the office of Prime Minister for a short while, about 16 months, just to illustrate the gravity of the situation at that point in time. International banks were refusing our letters of credit for our vital imports like energy and other very important imports linked to Pakistan's well-being. Another most serious was the threat of international lending agencies of walking away from what they perceived agree on a way forward. And as a result of that meeting in Paris, in July 2023, we were able to sign a standby agreement with IMF, which averted an impending economic meltdown. Allah was absolutely, infinitely merciful and kind. Then again, assuming office now in March 2024, we lost no time to introduce major reforms coupled with cast iron guarantees to the lending agencies that we would not shy away from undertaking difficult, tough, but very relevant, deep-rooted structural changes in our system and our administrative organization. And we undertook those very difficult decisions, and through that we were able to calm those fears of our lending partners. Today, alhamdulillah, we are witnessing the fruits of those sacrifices made by the common man of Pakistan. Inflation has plummeted from 38% to 0.3%. Our rupee stands stable. Official foreign exchange reserves have crossed $11 billion, and galloping interest rate, which was 22.5% in 2022, have come down to 11%.